ton of oil. Every single land in South Sudan is resourcefully rich. We do not have homeless people. Never really did until society and the rest of the world have come in, have been murdered, raped, and mistreated by Arabs in Sudan, northern militias in Sudan, northern government who are Arabs. And no one cared about what we have been going through. South Sudan is the youngest country in the world right now. People don't know this. How many countries are in the world? 193. South Sudan is the youngest. We had to get separated. The separation did not happen because of the atrocities done against us, the inhumanity done against us. The separation is happening because of the agenda. South Sudan has a ton of oil. Every single land in South Sudan is resourcefully rich. We do not have homeless people. Never really did until society and the rest of the world have come in, have been murdered.
That's right, black family. That's right, black family. We're living in the time of the anti-African movement. We're living in the time of the anti-African world, especially the black man. Around this globe, the Europeans, the scientists who know the significance of depopulating black people, is all about genetic survival. Who will be ruling this world in the near future? The Caucasian race and all races who are not the original people of the earth are in fear of losing power to the darker people of the planet. And this is why you have all this chaos in the world. It's all about the black family. It's all about black people. So, right there on the continent of Africa, the Sudanese are being eliminated based on skin color, based on being African by the Arab population. Let's go back to Libya. The Obama administration, the Benghazi situation, which our girl Hillary, they made this possible for the Arabs to have this diabolical Islamic power to kill black people. Ethnic cleansing in Sudan right now. But it was the Libya overtake and the mass genocide of people in Libya with the killing of their president, Muammar Gaddafi. Gaddafi kept the Arab population from killing African people in Libya. When he was toppled, that same Arab racism surfaced. And it's in Sudan. It's been in Sudan. But the Arabs in Sudan are being supported by the forces in Libya, Saudi Arabia. I'm going to tell you, people, this is a proxy war among the Middle East powers. That's why I say, Arab people, you have this disdainful hate for black people ever since the slave trade, the Islamic slave trade. This is why I can't stand with Palestine, even though the Palestinian people are being done wrong. But I can't stand with Palestine people. The Arabs oppress the African who lives in Palestine. All these nations where we live at, we are being the oppressed. A proxy war, Middle East powers. Don't y'all know? They killing all the males in Sudan right now because the Arabs fear that the future male population will overtake Arab nations and black people become the rulers. You know why? The majority of the people in the world of youth are found in Africa. Africa had the largest youth population in the world. All parts of Africa, especially Sudan. This is a proxy war being endorsed also by the USA and all European fractions. Because the European fractions got up out of Sudan in April because they knew this was going to happen. We're talking about the embassy of France, the embassy of the USA. My bottom dollar, I bet my bottom dollar that the USA, all European countries are waiting to see what's going to happen after this war between the Sudanese army, Sudan's army, and the Arab army, the rapid armed forces. Rapid armed forces is the Arabs. So, the Arabs have a leader named Mohammed Diagalo who helped overthrow Omar Bashir, who was an Islamic clergy president. He committed war crimes back in early 2000s, all the way to 2019. He committed war crimes against non-Arabs. His rule was on the Islamic. It was an Islamic government, a ruthless application of military powers of the Janjaweed. That the Janjaweed are black Arabs and Arabs, but they have taken Islam to attack the African. Attack the African is all about genetic survival of race of individuals on the planet. When I mean individuals, I mean the people that represent the masses of other people. We talk about Europeans and Arabs. They fear the rise of our people. This is why they are military inclined to stockpile military, really to fight black people. Black people don't have the military might to take to the fight. We have the people. We have the heart. We have the courage. We just don't have the technology. We don't have the military might as a people to overcome the Arabs and the Europeans. Once the African come in contact with its military mindset to build the nuclear war heads, build the nuclear war weapons, Africa will be okay once it can defend itself. How in the hell there's some people, Roman Greco, mixed black African people, because that's what some of the Arabs are. You can see some of your people in the Arabs through the slave trade, them impregnating African women, bringing about another race of people, which you call the Arabs. But they are Caucasian people from the Roman Greco invasion of the Middle East. You know what I'm saying? In Darfur, the Arab militia allies are conducting a brutal campaign of ethnic cleansing, targeting the Masalit people of the West Darfur and the Fur people of Central Darfur. There's evidence, y'all, of mass graves of black people, Africans. See, back in, I think, April the 14th of 2023, you know, this been going on way before the Israeli thing of October 7th of 2023. A mass killing of black people have been going on in Sudan, but the news, white media news outlet won't let you know that millions of black people are being displaced in Darfur, in Sudan. So we talking about the Fur people being attacked. These are so-called tribes. The Masalit people being attacked. Then you have the, I hope I said this right, the Zaghawa people of Western Sudan or Western Darfur being eliminated, being decimated, being murdered, mass murder, genocide. These are African people being killed by Arabs, by Caucasian Arabs. I call them Caucasian Arabs because they came from Turkish. They came from Turkish, Russia. We talk about in ancient times where these white people came down in the Middle East and attacked what you call the Middle East, which is a black populated land before the Arabs, or what you call Arabs, showed up. We talking about Roman, Greek people who have invaded the Middle East, and that's where Arabs are, an offshoot of all these people. And then, of course, when they conquered parts of Africa with Islam, they raped some of our sisters and mothers and aunties. And this is how you got some Arabs with pigmentation. But nevertheless, the Arabs would castrate black men. And they edit again. Arab fighters, we talking about the Rapid Armed Security Team. We talking about Mohammed Dagalo has not been arrested for war crimes. Him and his cronies are allowed to go around Sudan murdering babies. If the baby is a male, they would stab it. They would shoot it. A baby. Boys are being shot, beaten by the RSF, Rapid Port Security Forces. Rapid Security Forces, Arab people given the leeway by America in the Arab Emirates. Or Emirates, wherever how you say it, Emirates or Emirates. This is a proxy war sponsored by Middle East and European allies. to steal the resources of the land. That's what this is all about. The extermination of African people in Sudan has been going on since Omar Bashir, who were overthrown by the Sudanese army and the Arabs. And their fallout was to collaborate. But they can't collaborate. We talking about Mohammed Diagalo, who represent the RSF, Rapid Security Forces, versus Abdel Fattah Burhan of the Sudanese army. He don't want to kill black people, even though he has an Islamic train of thought. He trying to bring democracy to the land. We talking about Abdel Fattah Burhan. But after overtaking Omar Bashir, the two forces were supposed to collaborate as one. You know you can't collaborate with no fucking Arabs, African people. They don't do you no justice. They still the same people of ancient times. They see themselves better than you, even though they know the truth that they're not better than you. June 14th, in West Darfur, the governor was killed. Khamis Abaka was killed after a TV interview accusing the RSF and its allies, militants, conducted genocide against non-Arab people. $484,000 people have fled Sudan. The reason why the Arabs say they killed the black males, babies, and adults, teenager males, is because they will grow up and fight the Arab world, the Arab population, the Arab terrorists. April, the UN World Food Program, April 2023. See, this was going on way before October 7th of 2023, when the so-called invasion of Israel was taken on by Hamas. And now we see what Israel is doing to the Palestinian people. This is the same thing happening in Sudan. Why is the government quiet? Why is the American government quiet? Hey, check this video out.
أنا الله يفك دمي يا أبوي وأخواني. احنا هناك في أرض قتلوهم وشردوهم وقاعدين يدبوا الأولاد الشفع الصغار، وقاعدين من النسوان كمان قاعدين يشيلوا القروش وبيشيلوا منهم ممتلكاته وما بخلوهم بيجوا.
واخوي قال واحد قتلوا ما عارفين ما هلا وأنا وأمي وأخواتي أختي 2 بس جينا. وتاني كمان أبوي ذاته محله ما لقيناه، ومحلنا كله حرقوا حاجاتنا جشعلوا ما جبنا ولا حاجة معانا، لينا لو ملابسنا بس.
We need a ceasefire. We need a political solution so that these people can go home safely and go back to school, go back to their jobs, and start their life again. This simply cannot continue.
Black people, ever since Omar Bashir, the government that was ousted, and he should be tried in a tribunal court. He should be thrown the book at him. It should be all the Africans that died. Omar Bashir of Sudan's president, former president, deserved the death penalty. Every person that killed African people in these war crimes need the death penalty. Thousands of civilians tried to escape by foot and near Chad. The Arabs would kill them, blow them up, decimate them, shoot them, hang them, butcher them, just like when the Palestinians tried to go into Egypt and near countries in Israel. They were bombarded with bombs. Same thing happening with African people, black people. Why is everybody quiet when it comes to black people? Omar Bashir was in rulership for 30 years, killing African people, oppressing African people, as Islam as his foundation. That's why I don't respect no one who say they religious. We ain't no religious people by nature. We are spiritual. Africans are spiritual. They use religion to enslave black people, and they still doing it today. The Sudan government will never have no justice and freedom of equality until they get rid of Islam, till they get rid of the Arab Orthodox way of thinking. The continent got to be taken back over by Africans. So, the January that was in power when Omar Bashir was in power have been replaced by the rapid security forces. The same mindset is to murder African people. This is why these niggas in this country say, we ain't African. This is the campaign to murder Africans, and nobody say anything about it. But this is Underground Warrior TV. I'm going to say something about it. Turkey, Saudi Arabia, all parts of the Arab nation, you have a hand in this. You're sending weaponry to the rapid security forces to kill African people. America, you're involved in this proxy war. We see you. We know you. Y'all blamed it on Russia. You said that the Wagner forces in Russia have a hand in this too. If Russia has a hand off into this, Africans, you got to address Putin. And I'm with the PLO brother. Lumumba brother, PLO, Lumumba brother, in the Congo, who said that Africans should think about building, orchestrate ourselves, orchestrate, somebody's calling me, orchestrating ourselves, building ourselves a nuclear weapon. We need nuclear weapons to protect the interests of African people. This is crazy. This is just crazy, man. I gotta get that call later. I'm gonna call them as soon as I'm done with this video. But the international community has not halted this murdering of our people because they want that to happen. They want it to happen so they can get the resources. This is why they're funding both sides in this war. Each side are being funded in this war by outside proxy people. Other nations want to see this destabilize our Africa so they can come in and seize the resources. And male African children, male African teenagers, male African adults are being murdered based on sex. And they're raping our women. I'm going to put this on blast every time. I'm going to put it on blast. And the African Union, African United Union, the Pan-Africans in Africa, you should be hollering to the top of your lungs about what's going down in Sudan and the Congo. Speak out. Peace and black power.